So today, you guys, we are going to talk about is the Royal Rumble producing headliners for WrestleMania. I must say, this year's Royal Rumble was one to remember. Of course, you have Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair. They won their respective Rumbles, and neither one of them is main eventing WrestleMania. Now, in my opinion, I do believe the Royal Rumble used to be special. The Royal Rumble was something that you could go after, that you could chase. Like, you want to win the Rumble. If you can't do anything else for the year, you need to win the Royal Rumble. And winning the Rumble guaranteed you a main event shot at WrestleMania. That is how it's always been. But I will say maybe over the last 10 years, maybe, it's been very kind of up and down. You have a lot of people who won the Rumble that did not main event WrestleMania. You have Asuka, she didn't main event her year. You have Shinsuke, he didn't main event his year. You have these wrestlers who win the Rumble and they don't main event. Now, to me, in my opinion, that is what made the Royal Rumble special. And you have a lot of these matches. You have Charlotte and Tiffany. You have the triple threat with Bianca, Io, and Rhea. You have the triple threat with Roman and Punk and Seth. You know, Jey Uso and Gunther. All of these matches that are being named to where you ask yourself, are these matches really main event worthy? Don't worry, I'll wait. We don't know. And I say that to say, when you look at the triple threat between Roman, Seth, and Punk, it is starting to become about Paul Heyman picking who he is going to choose to help win at WrestleMania. Nobody is talking about their triple threat match just for the wrestling. This is all about who Paul is going to choose. Going back to the triple threat with the women, Bianca, Io, and Rhea. I mean, I really don't like how they built that story. I mean, Bianca winning the chamber and getting her shot, that's fine. But how they input Rhea in there, it was just like, you guys couldn't come up with anything else. You could have just kept the title on Rhea and added Io in some kind of way versus how they did it. And Charlotte and Rhea, when they main evented WrestleMania, that was a WrestleMania worthy story because Rhea and Charlotte had history. Rhea has something to prove. Like, okay, when I faced you the first time, all right, I wasn't ready. But now this is a whole different Rhea. Like, I'm main event Rhea Ripley now. So we need to run that back. People was invested and interested in that. Can Rhea rise to the occasion? And you best believe she did. With this whole Bianca, Rhea, and Io, I don't know what they're doing this for. Like, whoever wins, cool. But in my opinion, I hope Io wins. I really do. I love Bianca Belair. I love the EST. But I just feel like, you know, she can go in a different direction. Rhea can go in a different direction. Because all of this, their story is not compelling. They come out each week. They do the same exact thing. And it's just like, all right, well, just put the belt on somebody and let's move on. Gunther and Jay, they are just starting to get their footing. They're just starting to make it personal so people can care. But at the same time, Jey Uso won the Rumble. Now his moniker is main event Jey Uso. And I really do think him not main eventing and going on to do that hurts his main event name. In my opinion, you guys let me know what you think below. But obviously, him not main eventing WrestleMania is just, they did all of the rumblings when he won. When they were saying he's going to main event WrestleMania, it's not just a thing no more. He is main event Jey Uso. And then for it to get shot down for a triple threat that now is more becoming about Paul Heyman than the actual match, it's like, okay, what are you guys doing? Why talk Jey Uso up like that to kind of bring him down a little bit? So I'm going to put this article up on the screen that I'm going to talk about. That is via TalkSport.com. They were kind of talking about the same thing. And then we're going to come back to this discussion. So it says, fun fact, During the Royal Rumble, it was mentioned over 20 times that the winner of each would main event WrestleMania, just for that not to be true at all. A third claim, adding Charlotte Flair is also due a headline match, which ain't happening. A fourth pleaded they really need to sort this whole winner of the Royal Rumble will go on to main event WrestleMania thing. Either drop it or stick to it, because all I remember after the Rumble was Jay saying he was main eventing Mania about 30 times, and now it just makes him look stupid. End quote. Which is exactly what I was talking about prior. I do think Triple H needs to decide once and for all, if you win the Rumble, you are going on to headline WrestleMania, period, point blank. Or if that is not going to happen and they don't have faith in their Royal Rumble winner, they need to just have it, hey, look, if you win the Rumble, you get a match at WrestleMania. Does not mean that you're headlining. Because now the Royal Rumble is starting to look like you guys can't produce main event headliners. You have to rely on vet talent. Look at who is in the main event for night 1 and night 2. You have the triple threat, Roman, Seth, and Punk, and then you have for night 2, Cody and Cena, which people are declaring the actual headline. So it really poses the question, can y'all really produce new top stars too? Can you guys really let new talent take that main event spot and see what's going to happen? Now, the beauty with Vince didn't really care about what the fans wanted. Sometimes that can help, and then sometimes it don't help. The last thing you want is for fans to hijack every PLE, hijack every show with what they want. You don't want that. You kind of have to be 50-50. You can give the people what they want, but still stick with whatever formula that you think is best. And I think Hunter relied on Punk, Roman, and Seth to main event, making it this whole big thing. Oh, these 3 big giants collide and it's this and that. When it's like, we don't care. That match is about Paul Heyman. If you really think about it, it is about Paul Heyman. That stigma of that match is now turning into who is Paul Heyman going to choose. And to me, I just feel like when a match becomes more about a choice than the actual match, to me, that's a problem. That tells me that you guys really didn't have no other avenue, and this is what you guys came up with. And it kind of makes you wonder, is that worthy than the Royal Rumble winner possibly main eventing WrestleMania? Because we all know Hunter is a story person. He always says the story has to compel to WrestleMania. Does your match, does your feud, does everything compel you to have a match on the card? And when you kind of think about it, them adding Rey Mysterio and this Chad Gable match, that is not no WrestleMania worthy match at all. It's just not. They have 2 weeks to make us care, and people don't really care now. And to be quite frank, you know Rey Mysterio is probably going to win. So it does make you feel like it does make maybe winning the Rumble less special. That was the beauty of the Rumble. It was the most special PLE out of all of the PLEs, because if you couldn't headline WrestleMania any other way, oh, trust me, if you get to the Rumble, you're going to headline. But now it's just really becoming another PLE. And they're giving so many PLEs to earn title shots now. You know, now it's SummerSlam. King of the Ring. You win King of the Ring, you get your title shot at SummerSlam. I don't think they're even doing King of the Ring this year. I'm not sure. But you have other avenues now that is kind of making the Rumble less special. So I want you guys to let me know down below if you think they should get rid of, you know, if you win the Rumble, you're going to main event WrestleMania, or if they should keep it simple. If you win the Rumble, you will get a title shot at WrestleMania, but that does not mean you're headlining. So I want you guys to let me know below how you guys feel, and I will talk to you guys later. Toodles!